Welcome, welcome everyone. I'm eating a little bit and I promise I'll draw. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing good. I had a busy day. Um, but now I'm eating pizza and I'm about to draw. You're first. Welcome. Good evening. Sorry, I'm chewing. With pizza. Oh gosh, I hope, like, the mic is right here. I hope, like, the munching sounds aren't just, like, gross. Every time, every time my stomach goes grr, I yearn for pizza. Oh man. I remember I put out a community post once, a poll, if you will, asking people what their favorite, if there was like one food they could eat from an anime, um, what would it be? It's been forever since you last streamed. It's been forever since I did this kind of stream. I did Armored Core 3 days ago, maybe. But yeah, I need to stop being lazy. um, but yeah, I asked people what's like a food from anime that they would eat. Oh, I'm glad the chewing sounds aren't loud. Um, devil fruit. I'm assuming this seems like it's from an anime that I haven't seen yet, but is widely popular. Welcome to all of you just joining the stream. But I said in what I concluded is like I think there's a lot of foods in anime I'd want to eat, but in Sword Art Online, when Asuna makes like the spicy sandwich, that looks like it's like really good. Like that looks like that would be like the best sandwich ever. Like absolute just like burst of flavor and leaves you on the toilet for hours probably because of how spicy and delicious it is. But it'd be worth it. I'd be willing to risk a 3 hour bathroom trip just to try one of the sandwiches that Asuna made in Sword Art Online. Where are you from? Uh, like where I was born, or I'm from humble beginnings. That's what's gonna be said in like my documentary. Let's see. Welcome all of you just joining. Um, I just ate a pizza. I'm not gonna order McDonald's. Currently, I'm not in college. I am a music teacher and voice actress. But yes, welcome everyone to the stream. Win Netflix documentary. That'd be like, oh gosh, if it was one of those ones too, where it's like they just film like every second of your daily life, that would be like the worst documentary ever for me. Because I'd just be like incredibly boring to watch. But yeah, so what anime character do you guys want me to draw? Cool channel. Thank you. I am Hispanic. Um, that's a fun fact about myself. Let's see. This always happens. I always sharpen the pencil and then I don't have anywhere to put the pencil shavings. And then I'm like, why did I do this? Um, love your glasses. I can't remember where I got my glasses, but thank you. Um, are you a bookworm? I mean, a lot of people when I was in high school kind of thought I was, but if I'm being completely honest, I could have been reading like Cat in the Hat, and they probably would have been like, what a nerd." No, I think that I like reading when I commit myself to it and I have the time. This is the third time that someone's come onto a stream and said like I look like a member of Stray Kids. That's a K-pop K-pop or J-pop? No, yeah, K-pop. That's a K-pop group for those of you who don't know. Um but yeah, let's see. I hope you all are doing well. Um, so yeah, I usually on these streams, like, you should draw Pokemon. I guess I could, but like, which Pokemon? Like, I need you guys to be more specific. Because there's quite a few. There's also like new ones too, and then that makes me feel like out of touch sometimes. When like some people mention a Pokemon that I like don't even like know. Um but yeah. All of them. Draw a squirrel. that's that's not an anime character. Unless there's some anime character that exists out there that looks like a squirrel. Um Oh gosh, and now if I draw a Pokemon, I'm gonna have to remember what they look like. Goku? Okay, I have gotten that a couple of times, but maybe. Hello to those of you just joining the stream. Um, you guys have to give me a character, cause like, or at least a Pokemon that's like probably well known within my mind enough that I know what to do. Aaron Yeager. Have I actually drawn Aaron Yeager on stream? Thank you. I like this haircut too very much. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Okay. I guess we could try drawing. Well, Squirtle with glasses? Oh my gosh. Okay. That's that would be kind of funny. Oh, do you guys want to see something cool I drew recently? Um I promise I'm drawing Squirtle right now. But recently, oh, I should also okay. Maybe I'll keep Alucard from Helsing in the back of my mind. Because that would be a cool character to draw. It probably wouldn't look as detailed. Yeah, so I was gonna. Can we see some of your other drawings? Yes. So every time I do this stream, I kind of do like semi-rush drawings. But this is a drawing I recently did when I hung out with one of my friends and spent like 3 hours drawing while she was playing Elden Ring. I drew Amelia from ReZero. I think I'm gonna draw like a background for her. But yeah, I'm kind of like satisfied with how it turned out because I used markers and pencil and I've never really drawn with markers before. But yeah. So that's my Amelia from ReZero drawing. Can you guys tell ReZero is one of my favorite shows? But yeah. Yes, thank you. I know. I'm such a good artist. I'm fairly good at art when I put in a little more effort. But I'll totally try and draw a Squirtle right now. But again, keep in mind this is from memory, so it has been a spell since I've seen what Squirtle looks like. So we don't know what is going to be the end result until it just happens. Honestly, like, okay, if you're someone who wants to draw like people, and I do very much have like an anime kind of art style, I would say just start with like the like drawing like skeletons, you know, where it's like you use like the circles and like rectangles for like, or even like trapezoids for like the shape of a person. Because I think that just. Oh, don't worry. I'll. Oh, you're referring to the specific Squirtle meme, right? Where he's like wearing the glasses. Okay. I'm trying to remember what that meme looks like, but yeah. Like just start with drawing skeletons and usually it's going to like turn out great. I'm going to try and maybe work on different poses cuz like I usually stick to a lot of very similar poses and different poses are not my strong suit. So, this is good for me. Yeah. And I'm sorry if I'm like not being good at moderating the chat, everyone, but I'll try to be on top of that. Okay, I think I remember what he looks like in my mind. Oh, this isn't quite it. There we go. Okay. What is your best drawing or your favorite? Ooh, some of my best drawings and my favorite drawings are my digital drawings. And a lot of the ones I really like are of my original characters that I've drawn for just like stories I've written or have been writing. But as far as ones of like existing characters or existing things, well, I think one of my favorite drawings that I've done is back when I used to do more like portraits. That's also probably something I should get back into a bit. I drew Storm from X-Men, like the original three X-Men movies in the early 2000s, and I just really liked how that drawing turned out. I spent a while on it, but yeah. I don't know if maybe some of my digital drawings are posted on my Instagram, maybe even on my YouTube. It has been. I know I used to have like a DeviantArt. I don't know if I still have it. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, it might be on my Instagram. But yeah, I think I've gotten much better at digital art now than I used to be. But I use an app where it's just kind of like drawing with pencil and paper, except you get to draw over any mistakes you make, essentially. So, yeah. I think that yeah, I should definitely share more of my drawings sometimes with you guys. Drawing Squirtle, and he's happy because he's a happy guy. He's a happy turtle. Um, but let's see. I don't know what's like happening in this chat. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate you guys just like I appreciate you guys offering to moderate it. But it's okay. I'll just like again, I'll try my best to be on top of things. But yeah. I don't know. My voice is just like kind of nasally. Just a little bit. Do you watch anime? Yes, I do. I do watch anime. My favorite anime is well, I have a hard time choosing sometimes between Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works and Fate Zero. Uh but yeah, those are some of my favorites. What does Squirtle's shell look like? I think I remember, but now I'm second guessing myself. I don't know what's happening in the chat. I'm just gonna like put this out there though, like in regards to any like political stuff, like I know you guys don't like mean ill. I just kind of I think I want this to be like a space where it's like just to have fun and everyone's welcome, and I don't typically talk about political issues just because it's I mean, I even like I want to be a more educated person. I don't just want to like tell you guys like what to think and I don't know like what I'm talking about essentially. But also we're just here to have fun and draw. But yeah. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. All right. Okay, I think this is what Squirtle looks like. Is this what Squirtle looks like? I don't know if it's going as planned. Can you draw Gojo aura farming? I should try that next, actually. I don't know if I've drawn Gojo on stream. Okay, I'm trying to remember just all the intricate details of Squirtle's face. Because again, this is from memory. Oh, I remember. I think. Wait, his shell is on the... His shell is on the front? Oh, you're right! You're right! He has, like, part of his shell on the front, and then I don't know if I remember anything else. It's gonna look like he has, like, a backpack. I don't know what to do. Let's see. I think it does. Yeah. I don't know if this is looking like Squirtle. Welcome all of you who are just joining the stream. Okay. I think this is what he looks like. Maybe? We'll see. I think Squirtle has, like... Where did you learn to draw? My older brother is... Well, okay, yeah. Like, so some of my drawing experience is just, like, through life, through, like, looking at the art of people I've admired and everything and just love their art style. My older brother is a really amazing artist. He's just, like, super good. And yeah, like, I think he actually, like, helped me a lot, specifically with just, like, again, like, the drawing skeletons, and just kind of guiding me in how to improve my art style. So yeah, that is kind of the story on, like, how I learned to draw and where I learned to draw and who I learned to draw from. Draw architecture. That okay, recently I've tried to get more into, like, sceneries and whatnot. 'Cause yeah, like, it's tricky. I love your hair. Thank you. How long have you been drawing? Like, drawing where I actually tried to improve my art. Because I've been drawing, like, my whole life, but then it's, like, drawing where I actually started to think more about how I was drawing. I'd say probably around when I was 12. So yeah, something like 10 years. I do a lot of sketch art, pencil. Let's see. I do landscapes. Oh wow, that's impressive. I used to, like, do a little bit of watercolor, mostly for, like, school. And I remember doing landscapes. And watercolor makes me so nervous because it's like, don't mess up, don't mess up. Because if you mess up with watercolor, the whole thing is ruined. And yeah. It's not my strong suit. I prefer acrylic, but yeah, I don't know what's I think acrylic, okay, oil, I don't think I've actually ever done any, like, oil paintings and whatnot. But yeah. Let's see. Oil is just as bad. Let's see. I think I need orange. Or do I? Maybe. Coloring with gel pens. That seems very difficult. That seems like it would probably create like some really cool art though. Oh yeah, so this is my Squirtle drawing so far. This is I think his now that I'm thinking about it, I think the shape of his head is a little like taller. Okay. His eyes are vivid. What a wonderful description. Let's see. You should put together a whole portfolio and see about becoming an animator. That would be cool. I think I tried animation once when I was like in high school, and I was like, wow, some people just have that level of dedication, and I'm impressed because I I think I've like in my writing again, I do like writing. I like drawing specific scenes, and I like drawing specific characters to help me kind of envision when I'm writing them better, just like their facial expressions, their like mood, like how they act, how they react to things. But yeah, animation is very tricky. I've been fortunate enough to be in like recently this past year an animated project, and I was like, wow, that is a lot of work. And I just have to deliver my voice lines and do my best. And it's really beautiful though seeing like projects just like come together. There's a lot of talented people out there. Let's see. Well, yeah, I think in writing you just have when you have like this idea of like how your characters like look and act, it just really helps in like getting into like just writing certain iconic moments for them, I feel like. That's my perspective. Have you ever seen Fist of the North Star? I actually haven't, or read it, but I probably should. Recently, like some like an author who I've been really impressed by with the art style and whatnot that they have is the author of Gachi Akuta. Like watching the show, it's been like really entertaining, but then looking at the manga, I was like, "Oh wow, that's really crazy." Because it's like it's just so unique and so well done. And I'm like, how do some people like come up with these just like incredibly intricate art styles that are so specific to them? But yeah, have you watched Berserk yet? I've watched Berserk and read some of Berserk. I don't think it's a hot take necessarily to say that like maybe Berserk hasn't quite gotten the adaptation yet that a lot of people are hoping for. Well, because it seems like you either get, which again, it's understandable because I think actually my boyfriend Juan, who's like really into Berserk, kind of told me that I think when the first few chapters came out, people were not super fond of that arc. Though I don't know, I thought it was like interesting. But most people just want to adapt like the golden age arc, because that's just like the arc where everything happens and there's like the big betrayal. And yeah. Yeah, my boyfriend told me like this. I mean, maybe I'm like paraphrasing, maybe I got something wrong, but I believe he told me that initially when he likes, again, he likes the first like arc in Berserk, but he told me that apparently when it was released, I think some people just found it, they either found it dull at the time because you need, like, you don't have the context yet to some of the things that happen. And then I think a lot of people initially thought Guts was just like this kind of like mean character, but then you actually get to like his backstory and it's like you understand his character. But yeah. Oh, happy birthday to, you said it was your uncle? Happy birthday. Let's see. There's someone in this chat from Iran. Welcome to the stream. That's so crazy. Every now and then I like, again, I'm just like surprised at how far sometimes YouTube reaches, because there'll be people where they're like, I'm from like this like the complete other side of the world. And I'm like, isn't it like 2 a.m. there? But I don't know. You look like Lady Gaga. I think it's because of my eyebrows. I've been told this a couple of times, weirdly enough. I wish I could sing as well as her. I do sing, just not as well as she does. Maybe someday. I really like, I'm a soprano, and I think I've like recently grown very fond of just like utilizing my vocals to sing all of the songs from like anime soundtracks that I like. But yeah. I'm trying to remember if Squirtle has like, okay. I don't think he does. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just kind of talking to myself. I'm like, you know, when the thing, you guys know what I'm talking about. You're like, you have no context. Okay, let's see. Next time, maybe I should start with the darker colors underneath some of the lighter colors. That might be a better idea. I promise I'll add the glasses. Oh, for real. There's so many good singers out there. But yeah. I think it's really interesting when you get into like the idea of like tone placement, cuz like I think a lot of people think that based on their voice, they can't sing like certain types of music. But then you realize that tone placement is essentially kind of learning where to like, because there's where your voice resonates depending on what notes you sing, but then there's kind of like almost where you're like directing your voice in a way to fit a certain style. So like I think belting's pretty tricky for me because it both feels like it's like forward but like open. And classical's like it's just a lot easier in my head. Because classical's just kind of all open. And it's just like do re mi fa sol la ti do. But then you like get into like pop music, and again it's like both forward and open. So then that's more like, well, that takes like a lot more air for me too. But yeah, that's more like do re mi fa sol la ti do, and that's like it's not my strong suit. But that's why I try to keep like learning for sure. Yes, you can see the Squirtle the progress with the Squirtle drawing. This is this is what he looks like so far. I'm worried I'm making him look too much like Caillou. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like an older show. Okay, I'll add the glasses. Okay. This is gonna be like the funniest thing. Let's see. No. I broke my pencil, but I at least want to use like some of it before I resharpen it. So I'm like keeping what I can on it. Okay. And then I think he does have. Let's see. I just want to get the Squirtle drawing perfect. I don't know if this looks like him though. I hope it does. Welcome all of you just joining to the drawing stream. Okay. Let's see. And I think I got, at the very least, I think I got his tail right. That's the one thing I'm feeling a little more confident about. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I spoke too soon. I think it's been really fun hearing like about all your guys like just art styles and whatnot in the chat. Like I think it's I don't know, it's just interesting. I like hearing about different people's like talents and skills, things they like and whatnot. Your art is nice. Thank you. I try. I try to do my best. Sometimes the best you can do is trying your best. Actually, that's true. I do think that's true. I think like this is just me being like optimistic and a music teacher, but in my head I'm like and a voice actress. I think the people who are the best at what they do are the people who are willing to learn and take time, and even if they're not at the level that like they want to be yet, I think I respect them for continuing to just like try their best and just like putting themselves out there. Cuz it's not easy like sometimes like and I'm saying this as a voice actress as well. I think you get like shy, you get nervous when you put yourself out there. And yeah, it can be scary for sure. But I think that it's definitely worth it. This is turning out great. I think his shell is brown. Is it? Oh my gosh, I'm breaking the rules. Usually, so this is a little art tip for some of you guys. Usually it's better to kind of draw and shade in circles as opposed to like just lines, because if you draw in like circles, it just looks like less messy. I don't know if that's like an absolute like necessity, but that's what I learned. I remembered from when I took art classes a while back when I was in my youth. Okay, this is Squirtle with glasses. How'd we do, chat? I'm gonna get roasted. Everyone's gonna be like, it looks horrible. You should draw Felix from Stray Kids. That's assuming that would be like half the stream. Like that would be like a portrait. But yeah. This is my Squirtle drawing. But yeah. It is Squirtle. Alright, give me yet another anime character to draw all of you. Oh, you're right. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like the Squirtle drawing. I love the art style. Thank you. This is probably good for me, honestly. I need to draw on paper more, because I love, like, drawing digital, but I'm worried it's made me too, I guess, like, I can just draw over my mistakes. Instead of, I don't know. I think that's fine that you can do that in digital art, but also in my head I'm like, I should actually, like, push myself, though, to be better at, like, anatomy and just making things look nice. Astolfo from Fate? Do I remember? I remember Astolfo's hair. The outfit is slipping my mind. Maybe? I might do that. I might. Should I do that? Should I just... Let's see. Honestly, drawing any character from Fate would be super fun. Because I love Fate. Except whenever I draw a character who's, like, my favorite, I'm like, I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna mess this up so much. Because this is, like, my favorite character, and it's not gonna look as good as how I think, like, other people have, like, drawn them. But, yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'll draw Astolfo from Fate. Am I saying that right? Astolfo is a Lancer class servant? No, a Rider class servant. Which one? I can't remember. Oh no, this already isn't going how I planned. A self-portrait in an anime style. Maybe I'll do that one day. I think I start to get a little insecure about self-portraits. However, my profile picture on this channel, my older brother drew that for me, to use for my channel. And I remember he, like, sent it to me. And I was like, this is perfect, except you made me look way prettier than I actually am. Or at least how I feel. Which is a testament to him being a very good artist. But yeah. That's, like, I think honestly that's a super great picture. What is going on? Okay. Astolfo has very anime hair. Right? Like, he's got, like... And it's pink, I believe. This might be my best drawing. Which would be really funny. Something about drawing his hair reminds me of, like, kind of how I used to draw, like, in an anime art style when I was in middle school. What happened to my eyebrows? Uh, I was born with them, and that's that's what happened. You look like Scarlett Johansson. That's being generous. That's I'm flattered, but I do not believe that for a second. Maybe vocally I could kind of see that, but my voice is a little more nasally. Okay. Oh, now I need to. Okay, I need to follow my own advice. I need to use the drawing skeleton. Um, Welcome to those of you just joining the stream. Oh, happy birthday. Um, Without the glasses? I mean, this. It's the Oh gosh. Okay, my eyesight isn't that bad. And then someone in the comments is gonna be like, prove it by drawing this without the glasses. That wouldn't turn out great. Okay, I need to do something unique with the arms because, like I said before, I need to really work on unique poses. Except this is gonna probably not turn out how I want it to, but that's okay. That's a sacrifice I'm just gonna have to make. Okay. Um, I'll have him like holding his weapon over his shoulder. Doesn't he have a book too? As like his noble phantasm? Am I wrong about that? Or was that someone else's that he borrowed in Fate Apocrypha? But let's see. Okay. I think this is accurate. Um, Sometimes I feel bad because I spent years just like losing my mind over how I couldn't draw shoulders very well. Um, oh gosh, what is this comment? But like, I like, well, it's like interesting because I think weirdly enough, when I watched like Solo Leveling, I was like, wait a minute. It's just shoulders are just angled downward. I'm like, I'm working overtime to try and figure out how to draw shoulders. And then I was like, has it really been that simple this whole time? Um, so yeah, that's when I. But it's things are better now. Okay. Let's see. Do artists sleep or do you just stare dramatically at ceilings and sketch your feelings at 3 a.m.? Um, Both. Uh, but yeah. I don't know if it's too pretentious or not to call myself an artist because I love drawing. But ultimately, I'd say out of the things I'm best at, voice acting and music are definitely more prominent. Oh, I think I drew these arms too long. It might be, it's too late. I just gotta live with my decisions. Oh no, the arm's looking bad. No. Okay. He has a cape, right? He has a cape. I'm gonna make the cape flow this way. Let's see. Drawing from memory is hard, right? I promise I can draw well when I have something. I'm drawing Astolfo from Fate because it was requested. So I'm trying to see if I remember. I think it's both Astolfo and Joan of Arc in Apocrypha, Fate Apocrypha. Oh, thank you for the donation. Thank you for supporting the channel. If I remember correctly, they both kind of have the, like, layered hair. Because they both... Wait. Does Astolfo have a braid? I know... Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think. Wait a minute. Is... Like... Okay, no, I need to think about this now. Astolfo has a braid, right? Okay, I need to watch the show of Evangelion. I've only seen the movies. Someone help me in the chat. Is that not... Yes? Okay. Because I was like, wait, I'm about to draw this. Am I gonna know what I'm doing? Okay. Let's see. Wait, that's the wrong side of the pencil sharpener. Let's see. This isn't going as planned. You draw anime? I try. My art style is very... Okay, for those of you who just joined, I'll show you the cool picture again that I did this week when I was hanging out with a friend. I drew Amelia from ReZero. I was quite happy with how it turned out, but yeah. No, this is not AI. I am real. I'm a real person. And I'm really drawing. And my voice acting is also real. That's genuinely me. I promise. I'm trying to think of, like, a voice line to give you guys to, like, prove that... Well, like, what's some of my favorite memes I've done on this channel? Um, I'm right-handed. I know I'm basic. Uh, okay, let's see. Some of my favorite memes that I've done are some of the ones that I did, like, that were older back in the day that I didn't write. But I still think, like, one of my favorite ones and I did, just because it's, like, really silly, is the one that's like,
Stop taking my socks. Stop stealing my socks. I need them for my feet. Leave my socks alone.
I just thought it was, like, really funny. And then of the ones that I've written, there's, like, definitely a few. I'm trying to think of. Oh, yeah. This one's just, like, such a dumb joke sometimes that me and my boyfriend, like, say to each other. But that's how I came up with the idea for the meme. Where one of them was like, "But if we get married, you won't be my boyfriend anymore." Cuz it's just such a, like, silly concept. And then I'm trying to think of some, like, other ones that I like. A lot of the memes I do. I just can't always remember all of them. Can I do a Pikachu voice? I don't think I can. Maybe. What does Pikachu sound like? He says, like,
Pika Pee.
something like that, right? Am I wrong? I can do, like, a kind of, like, shonen boy voice. Kind of like Ash from Pokemon. Where it's like, "Come on, Pikachu! Time to catch some Pokemon!" But not quite. It's like my own version of that voice. Okay. I actually feel like I very distinctly remember what the art style looked like in. I know, like, Astolfo's in, like, grand order, but I think I remember Astolfo mostly from Fate Apocrypha, which has some amazing fight scenes, by the way. So that's kind of what I'm using as my reference. You have a question? You can ask your question and I'll debate if I'm gonna answer it. But feel free to ask. I'm glad you think I'm cool. Okay, cheeseburgers, obviously. Like, if you want just hamburgers without cheese or anything in it, at that point you should just get, like, steak, in my mind. Let's see. I think this is what he looks like. Oh yeah, we got the bows too, I believe. Unless I'm wrong. Where's my pencil sharpener? Do you like Five Guys burgers? They're pretty good. I think I'm my favorite burgers. That's a hard question. That's true. Sometimes cheese does cost extra on a burger. Okay, then we got the bow. I should probably show you guys how it's going in a second. Okay, my favorite characters in Fate. I feel like it always changes a little bit. Because when I was younger, I was like Archer, because he's like cool and edgy and everything. Specifically, the Archer version of Shiro in Fate. Oh my gosh, spoilers. um, Hello, welcome to the stream, those of you just joining. But yeah, like, I think there's a bow at the end of the hair too. Yeah, because when I was younger, I was like, Archer's so, like, cool and edgy and, like, awesome. And obviously, when I was, like, younger, I was like, all the coolest characters are, like, super intense. But I think there's a lot of really cool characters in Fate. Artoria is definitely one of my favorites. Like, she's just awesome. In Grand Order, I think Bedivere is one of my favorite characters as well. I like everything about the character design. And when I met Max Middleman, who signed my Persona 5 poster and voiced Bedivere in the English dub of the Fate Grand Order Camelot movies, it was just like really cool kind of hearing his like experience on that, because I was like, wow, it's like, how do you like voice a character who is like, because he's kind of like this archetype of like the like silent type of character, but also not, because he's like a little more compassionate. And he was just like telling me about that. He's like, yeah, it was like a really cool experience, and like I was just, it was a fun time just kind of like learning about that. And then I think that okay, so Astolfo definitely wears like armor, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah. And then oh no, this is okay. How do I There we go. Yeah. I also got to meet like Ray Chase at one point, who was Leonidas in Fate Grand Order, which was also cool. And that was like a highlight for my older brother, because that's like Ray Chase is like his favorite voice actor, and that's like one of his favorite characters in Grand Order, which was awesome. But yeah, okay. And then I think, oh no, what's happening? Okay. I promise. Well, no, I can't promise this is gonna look good, because you guys have to decide that. I promise I'm trying my best. Okay. And then I think I could be wrong about some of this character design. Let's see. I love ReZero, but I can understand why some people don't enjoy it. It's actually interesting because my parents aren't they don't really do drawing, but yeah, for some reason me and all my siblings do. So that's kind of interesting. Okay. I'm gonna erase some of that. All right. Okay. This is what I have so far of my Astolfo drawing from Fate. But yeah. This is actually going well. I'm happy with how this is turning out. Okay, but it's like so funny because like I love the story of Fate. The story is amazing. I also think it's funny because when I was younger and I first watched Fate, I was in high school. And I got like my best friend since high school to like watch it, and I remember we'd just be like, "Oh, this character, this dude is like so handsome," or something when we were watching like Fate of all shows. Um, oh, thank you for yeah, thank you for supporting this channel and for the funds. I appreciate it. I do watch anime, yes. But yeah, I remember we were watching Fate Zero, which is really amazing. And you find out like Diarmid's backstory, where essentially it's like, and how it kind of contributes to his character, where it's like he's this very like kind person who's continuously found him in these like himself in these incredibly difficult situations. What's Fate's timeline after Zero? Technically Fate's Stay Night, but if you're watching Ufotable's adaptations, they do Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, which is an alternate route instead of just Fate Stay Night. And then they did another alternate route, which happens in the same time frame as Unlimited Blade Works, but it's like essentially if things went differently, where they did Heaven's Feel. Grand Order is, I'm not sure. It's not. It's kind of its own thing in a way with. It definitely happens after Fate Stay Night, but I would recommend watching it because it's good, but it's not necessarily essential in my opinion, though I still really like it and would recommend it. If you're just someone who's like looking into like I just want to like get into Fate and watch Fate, I would say watch Fate Zero and then Unlimited Blade Works. Because even though Fate Zero is a prequel that was written after Stay Night, Ufotable adapted it where they made Fate Zero first. But yeah. But yeah, anyways, I was watching Fate Zero with my good friend in high school. And you get to like Diarmuid's backstory, and it's like basically he kind of has this like this he has like a kind of like mole that I guess maybe I'd have to look more into like if this is an actual thing within certain mythologies, but it's kind of symbolic of how he's just like this like it's almost like a spell in a way that makes him just like very attractive and whatnot. And like I remember, well, and that's why his dynamic with Artoria means so much in Fate Zero a bit, because they just respect each other as like knights and everything. Even though in my head I'm kind of like, oh, but they're so respectful, they'd be cute together. But I'm glad that I'm not the one writing Fate Zero, because that's such a intricate and really well done sort of smaller aspect of him as a character in that part of the story. But I remember watching it with my friend Mackenzie, and we were watching it, and we like learned about that, and we're like, we're not different, we're not special, because we were both like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome, and he kind of looks like, at least to me, a little bit. He looks a little like my boyfriend Juan, who's also a voice actor. But yeah, so yeah, that that's a fun fact, I guess. Uh, let's see. But yeah, my boyfriend is working. He's a very hard worker, and I love him for that. He's talented, he's hardworking, he's kind. I could go on for hours about just like everything I love about him. He's really wonderful and really encouraging. And yeah. Let's see. Um how many Fate shows have you seen? Um like I guess I don't know if I can keep count. Um oh no, wait. I think I what happened? Sorry, that might have been. Let's see. Um I've seen oh gosh. Um okay, yeah, I've seen all of the Ufotable series of Fate. I've seen Zero, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel. I've seen Grand Order. I have seen the movies of Grand Order and the Babylonia show. I really want to watch the series, the like Lord El Malloy series about the character of like Waver from Fate Zero when he's older. I just can't find the like dub anywhere. And I really want to wait for that to like come out if it can, because like I think Lucian Dodge, who's Waver, does like a really good job of playing that character. But yeah. So I've seen a lot. I haven't seen Fate Strange Fake yet. I probably should. I was surprised that it wasn't that long, and I'm hoping it's. I don't know. I like just a lot of Fate content. But I guess I did hear interesting things about that particular series And maybe a part of me was hoping they would make it into like a full length show. But maybe that's kind of wishful thinking, I guess. But yeah. Let's see. I need red and pink. Me questioning if do you play video games? Yes, I do. I'm not very good at them, but yes, I like playing video games. I like well, I've been playing Armored Core on my channel. Like let's see. Oh, thank you for the donation. Um I'm a music teacher, but I give like individual lessons. But thank you. Um but like let's see. Yes, I play on PC. Um I yeah, I've been playing Armored Core, which is fun. Specifically the one that's made by From Software, Fires of Rubicon. My favorite game is well, I have a couple. I really like Nier Automata. I really like Deus Ex Human Revolution, just like musically and aesthetically. Even though the main character is like, at least from my perspective, fairly simple. Because he's just like, where's my wife? But it is cool kind of learning that the voice actor who was the character of Adam Jensen in that game, I believe the character that was his love interest in that game was voiced by his wife, which is very fun. That's kind of one of my goals in voice acting, where I'm like, someday I want to be in a project with Juan, and it'd be fun to like be love interests within that project. That'd be the best. But yeah. I think I need to. Okay. This is going well, I feel like, with this drawing. I didn't erase some of the lines, but I'll just have to live with that. That's my own fault. Um, yes, feel free to ask a question. I'm sorry if I don't see all of the comments though. Do you like Dragon Ball Z? My boyfriend does, and he had me watch it more recently. I think it's story structure wise, it's not typically the kind of stories that I like in structure, but the cat is going crazy. Um like but I think that it's really interesting seeing where all of these things that kind of make up how a lot of shonen is inspired and written now kind of originated from. It's like Well, and obviously the like fights are really memorable. The antagonists are really memorable. The other characters are really memorable. It's just an incredibly unique story, I feel like. Um, but yeah. Let's see. This drawing is going pretty well so far. I'm kind of pleased. Ooh, this might be the best one on the stream. I've only drawn two so far. Um, I'm drawing Astolfo from Fate. Um, because, like, that was one of the characters that was mentioned. Oh, wait, I should do, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I know how to get... Yeah, let's see. Okay. I think this is turning out well. I'm very much having fun drawing, honestly. Ah, okay. This is turning out good. I just have to make sure I don't mess up. Let's see. Hello to any of you who are just entering the stream. I'm drawing Astolfo from Fate Apocrypha per someone's request in the chat. This is what I have so far. This is from memory, in case you can tell. But yeah. It's fun though. I'm having fun. Okay. I just need... Let's see. Okay. Oh, this is turning out well, I think. Okay. And then there's this. Once again, I'm kind of like breaking my own rule about not drawing in lines and drawing in circles, because that usually turns out better. Let's see. Put the picture on the fridge. This, I assure you, this is a real drawing. This is me trying my best. Congratulations on almost 21K subscribers. Thank you. I've been doing my best, and I've been hoping that you guys enjoy my voice acting content, because it's like sharing my work and sharing my skill set as a voice actress, but also sharing, like, ideally a very funny part of myself and my sense of humor. And I hope it's like, yeah. Thank you all for like watching these videos and just the silly memes and whatnot. And feel free to check out some of my work and like my playlist of projects I've been in, because there's some cool stuff in there too, and many projects that will soon be out there that I'm really looking forward to just like being like, that's right, I voiced in this, I did that. Because I take a lot of pride in just my work as a voice actress. But yeah. Let's see. I don't think to any person who's like, let's see. There's someone in the comments saying I went to high school with them. I don't know if that's true. I also never got in trouble in high school. I also never bullied anyone in high school. Just because I didn't. Okay, well, obviously it's not good to bully people. That's like bad, but I didn't talk to like anyone when I was in high school. I was quite the introvert. It's unfortunate though. I'm sorry that you knew someone in high school who bullied people that looked like me. She's Oh my gosh. I was very introverted in high school. Like I didn't have like a whole lot of friends. Um I do think that like now just being I think my social skills have actually vastly improved teaching music, which is very nice. But yeah. Let's see. Someone said people who look like me get bullied. Oh my gosh. I don't think I ever. Well, okay, I don't think bullying necessarily looks like I think how it did for a lot of people back in the day, because no one's really going up to anyone being like, give me your lunch money. That's unfortunate because a lot of it is just through like online and gossip and social media, and I would never wish that upon anyone because that's just awful. But like I think I got bullied a bit when I was in like elementary school, but it's in the past. And you know, like everyone's going through their own stuff. I think that's why I kind of like it's such a very like anime and like shonen thing to say for sure. But I really do strive to be someone who's I want to be kind to people. I want to be understanding and compassionate. And I want to do my best to like inspire other people to treat other people that way as well. That's kind of my goal. Let's see. All right. Okay, is this... Well, I think this is decent. I did it. I drew a Stolfo from Fate. It's my best work. Uh, it's good. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Well, this is probably the longest I've spent on these streams of just drawing like certain characters. Um, but thank you all. For joining. Um, let's see. But, okay, maybe I'll draw one more character. But probably just won't be as long as I spent on this one, because it's like that took, I got invested in drawing it. It took a little longer than I anticipated. Um, but like, yeah, give me one last anime character to draw, and I'll do my best. Do I like... I don't know why I'm thinking of K-pop Demon Hunters. That's probably not what you were talking about. I already did draw Saitama for One Punch Man, actually, in one of the streams. Let me see if I have it. Oh, yeah. This is my Saitama drawing. King from One Punch Man. That'd be cool, except I can't remember what he looks like. Naruto. The cat, you mean Turbo Granny? Let's see. Okay, maybe I'll draw Naruto. If I draw Mob from Mob Psycho, I feel like that might take only a couple of seconds. And it won't look good. Let's see. Okay. But okay, it's between Naruto or Mob. I don't think I've gotten far enough in Naruto. Sorry, burped in my throat. To remember. Draw. Okay, let's see. I'll draw like a quick sketch of Naruto. I need to keep watching that show, because I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. I'm trying to remember what his hair looks like. I'm just going to draw the face, though, because that might be easier and simpler. He has like a sweater, I think. Am I wrong? draw Guts from Berserk. That's like something that I would want to draw well though. Again, my boyfriend loves Berserk. Maybe that would be like a cool thing to draw. Oh, what is Naruto's what is the symbol on his like headband handkerchief look like? I think I drew it backwards. I'm sorry. Oh no. This, I don't think this is looking good. Okay, let's see. Um, okay. We're trying. You know what's an anime that I actually really love? Not that I thought I wouldn't love it, but it's just not. I feel like it's a little vague, but I really liked it. It's the the IP itself, is that what it's called? Isn't vague. But the show, this specific show is vague. There was not the movie. There was an animated series on Netflix of Ultraman about where he like fights aliens and whatnot. Oh no, this doesn't look like Naruto. Wait a minute. Yeah, there is an animated show of Ultraman. Um, and I think it's like really cool. I really liked watching that show with my boyfriend. It has some really cool, it's like 3D animation, but it has some really cool fights in it. And actually, I feel like that makes sense because if I remember correctly in my head, it was made by IG Production and another studio that helped to work on some of Elden Ring, I believe. But the fights in that show are amazing. And my favorite character from that show is, well, there's a lot, but I think Ultraman Taro was my favorite. Though I also think like Moriboshi is like just pretty cool. Now I have to remember what Naruto looks like. All right. Wait, let's see. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm missing a bunch of comments. Um. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I'll draw Gojo next time I do one of these streams. Um. Let's see. Two. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Favorite breakfast cereal? Oh, it's been so long since I've had cereal, if I'm being honest. I I don't think I've typically eat a whole lot of breakfast. Which is my bad because I'm lazy. uh Maybe cinnamon toast crunch. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna that's my answer. Uh okay, let's see. What anime studio, or sorry, animation studio? Maybe it doesn't even necessarily have to be anime. What's like an animation studio that you guys like that just has like an art style that you're very fond of, I guess? Because for me, I think I really like, I definitely like Ufotable and just how versatile they are and how you can tell it's their style. But especially with Demon Slayer, they just kind of like adapted that style to their own style, which is like incredibly impressive in my opinion. Um, but yeah, like I also like Kyoto Animation, which is the studio that made uh, A Silent Voice and Violet Evergarden. But yeah. Okay, I make food. I don't usually eat breakfast though. It just like escapes my mind. Except maybe even that's being a little generous. Most of the time, I'm only good at cooking like fish and steak and beef. Well, breakfast foods I'm good at cooking at, weirdly enough, even though I don't eat a lot of breakfast foods. Um, but yeah. Studio Ghibli. Yeah, for sure. Madhouse. Yes. Didn't they also make. Because I know they're kind of known for making One Punch Man, but didn't they also make Frieren recently? Um, I'm drawing Naruto, uh, as requested. by the chat. I should probably try and draw a little quicker though, because I don't want the stream end to because my phone like runs out of battery. Um, so now I'm just kind of rushing, which maybe I shouldn't be doing, because I still want this to be good. Okay. Yeah, and we'll just do that. Free Run is so good. I can't wait for the next season. Um, let's see. Oh, happy birthday to your friend. Who's your favorite shinobi in... Okay, I have not gotten that far in Naruto yet. I'm sure there's plenty that are, like, the right answer. So far within the story, I've talked to Juan about this, where, so there's, like, Kakashi, right? And when I was watching, this is something that I kind of like though about watching like shonen, because I think when you watch shonen when you're younger, you relate to like the main characters. But then when you're older, you start to relate a little bit more to like some of the like mentor characters, or at the very least just kind of like appreciate them. Maybe a little more than you did when you were younger. And like watching Naruto and there's like Kakashi. I remember I was telling my boyfriend Juan, I was like, that man has a whole other level of patience, because like I love like I love teaching music, but teaching a lot of like just like younger ages, you have to just kind of adapt to like their personality and their mood, to like, because you want them to like learn the material like as best as possible, but also not like stress them out. And sometimes you get kids who are like more energetic, and sometimes you get kids who are like less energetic and more introverted and whatnot. It's just really funny because essentially looking at like the group that like Kakashi is stuck with, there's, at the point I am at in the story, there's Sasuke, who's like the kid who kind of thinks he's like cooler than everyone and isn't very much of a team player. There's Sakura, who kind of gets distracted a little easily, and has like beef with Naruto. Like she just doesn't like him. She thinks he's like immature and childish. And then there's Naruto, who is immature and childish. He's essentially like, you know how when you were in elementary school and there's like the kid who always like talks in class and like eats like his boogers and everything. That's who Naruto is. And it, like, Kakashi is not just tasked with like teaching these kids, but in the arcs in particular, like the first couple of arcs that I was watching with Juan, I was like, oh my gosh, he's like stuck for days on end monitoring the most chaotic group of like middle schoolers in existence. And which makes for a really funny dynamic and an interesting story. But yeah, I appreciate that about him as a character. Though obviously within Naruto, it's like they all have their strengths and weaknesses. Like Naruto's like a very caring person, but he's also very hyper. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm almost done with the Naruto drawing. Um, yeah, it's very applicable to real life. And I think that I strive to be like a very patient person. Um, I love your coffee shirt. Thank you. It was given to me by my roommate, um, which I appreciate. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think that's kind of, again, that's like the nice thing, because it's like, I think that watching like My Hero Academia, it's like, oh, all the characters in that show are like so intricate and like well written. But then I think about like Ayazawa as a character, it's like he's just like a very good mentor in just like the sense of, I don't know, like just caring about everyone and where they're at, like mentally, emotionally, um, and yeah. Okay, quick, gotta finish, quick, gotta finish the drawing, gotta do my best. Ah, okay, let's see. Okay. And and I did it. This is my Naruto drawing from memory. Um but yeah. All right. Well, I did it. I drew. Um Thank you all for watching this stream. Yeah, I got my ReZero poster in the back. Thank you all for joining this stream. Thank you all for being so encouraging and kind and thoughtful. I'll try to do more streams in the future. But yeah, thank you. I hope all of you have a good night. And yeah, I'll see you around. Bye. Bye. I want to give all of you a chance to say good night. Good night. Bye.